Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the DSP Morning Show for Monday, the 2nd of February, 2026. How is everyone today? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the show, and Jasper Kitty is in the house today. He's very hyper today. He's bouncing all over the house. This morning, I'm sleeping in bed, and my wife is getting ready for work because she goes to work early in the morning. Morning shifts. And Jasper usually wakes up because he sleeps with us, but he wakes up because she's up to get ready for work. And I'm sleeping. And all of a sudden, as I'm sleeping, I start to feel and hear Jasper jumping all over the bed on top of me. And I'm like, what the? And so I just look up and I see he's got his little twisty toy, which is just made of like a little piece of fabric that's like a thicker piece of fabric that almost looks like a string. It's not a string. It's like bendable and everything. And he is literally jumping all over the bed, going crazy, playing with his toy on top of me. I'm like, oh, Jasper, it's like, almost 2 hours before I have to get up. I'm like, oh, man. So I had to put up with it. There's nothing I could really do. Our bathroom is connected to our bedroom. So my wife's getting ready in the bathroom for work. I can't close the door and lock him out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, well. So I did get sleep, but I didn't get as much sound sleep as I would have liked today, thanks to a very rowdy Jasper Kitty. And he's currently, I don't even know where he is. He was in the bedroom still playing with this same twisty toy on the bed and all over the floor. He was very hyper, jumping all over the place. And so I don't know. He just came in here, and I thought that he had come in here to hang out. But he's gone again. If he comes back, I'd like to obviously get him on camera. He's only in here a couple times a week usually. So I would like him to at least say hello to everyone, but we'll see if he comes back in here or not, right? Okay, so everyone, hello and welcome to the stream, to the DSP Morning Show. We are just going to hang out and have a good time here for a bit, chill and have some conversation before we get into gameplay of Call of Duty Black Ops 7. And I am very much curious how Black Ops 7 is going to go today, because this game, I hate to say it sadly, is probably one of the worst recent Call of Duties, if not the worst in a long time. Even though, admittedly, I don't think it's as bad as some of the ones that I've played. In general, it's just really hard to get a consistent audience for it. Not to say that I can't get people to show up, but it's usually trolls. You know what I'm saying? It's usually a bunch of trolls coming by just to talk junk or spam the chat when I'm playing. So I can't, moderate while I'm playing, and people know that, I think. But in particular, the last couple of times that I've tried to bring back Black Ops 7 and utilize all of my new setup, my new keyboard and mouse and OLED monitor and surround sound and everything that I now have that I didn't have before, even though I'm playing better and I am learning with weapons and getting kill streaks and leveling up and all of that, it doesn't really equate to positive viewership and or support. So because of that, I haven't played it a lot, right? That's the exact reason why you haven't seen Black Ops since January 8th. That was the last time I actually played it. I looked it up here because it tells you the last time that you played a game. And it's been since January 8th was the last time that I touched it. So, over 3 weeks away. We're going to jump back in today. We're going to see what's going on. I don't even know if that Fallout event is still going on or if there's a new one. We'll see if there's new challenges and things that we can use to unlock weapons and content, and we'll go from there. Okay? So there you go. It should be fun. Either way, but I hope, to be honest, I do hope that we get an audience for it today. I do hope that people will support the variety of content. I like being a variety content creator. I like the fact that every time you jump on one of my streams, you're essentially seeing something a little different. Yesterday, we played Street Fighter 6, right? And then last night it was RimWorld. Now that's big difference right there, Today we're doing Call of Duty, and then tonight on the late stream we're doing a variety of indie games, including Sharks and Minnows and Terminator 2, or Terminator 2D No Fate, I should say. So there you go. I mean, so much going on in variety here on this channel. I mean, also today we're going to do DSP Tries It for Shake Shack, which is going to be great. And we're also going to be doing some Dragon Quest VII Reimagined later this week. And I got a fun marathon coming up on Friday. So that's what I like. I like having that level of variety, that we can all have a great time and relax and enjoy a good amount of different kinds of games. Right, Jasper Kitty? You like different games, right, buddy? Jasper wants a game like Stray to come back. He's wondering what happened, why they never made a sequel. And I keep telling him that I think they are making a sequel, but we just don't have any information about it yet. Right, Jasper? Want to come up here and say hello to everybody? Want to come up and see everyone? Here. Come on. Here we go. Here's Jasper Kitty, everybody. Want everyone to see him. You don't get to see him all the time. Last week, I was doing the High Guard React show, and so he wasn't, like, involved, you know? I was reacting to videos and stuff, so he never even got to, like, jump up on the desk or anything. Here he is. I know you guys love the Jasper Kitty. So there you go. Thank you for the early support. I'll shout all that out when I get a chance here. Obviously, Jasper takes priority. I'm sorry, guys. We don't see him often. Okay? He is a handsome fella. I agree. He's a very nice-looking kitty. Look at him. Should probably get some screen caps of him in better quality now to make art or maybe new emotes or something. Very nice. So, good stuff. Good vibes here today, right? Chill vibes, nice relaxing times for the next half hour on the morning show until we jump into Call of Duty. So, just curious, what's on everyone's mind today? Got any questions about Jasper Kitty or anything going on? What's up, Chris? How you doing? How's everyone doing today? Let's do some hellos. We got Layla the Witch. Wow, do you moo? You're not funny. Pepe. Chris is here. Soft Sausage. Chrono Abaggy. The Bridge Boglum. Sky Jogger. Cabal. Count Dragula. Biconcaved. Mission Vow. Jade is here. Good morning, Jade. Good to see you. How y'all doing? Dave is here as well. Bave Lines. Nick. And then on the other side, we got a Lukewarm Coconut, Rowdy Roddy Trotter, Eldest Dutch Bros, Jiffy Lube, Most Tasteless, RGB Lover, I already said Lukewarm Coconut, Sewer Rat, Suffer Properly. Who else do we got? The Ethan Ralph Enjoyer. Username already taken. Piano-ish. Many regulars. Save us GTA 6. How y'all doing this morning? I'm shocked to see so many of you here so early. It is very early. Usually we don't get a good crowd for another 15, 20 minutes, but good to see everyone here. How old is Jasper? So we don't know, because we rescued him from a shelter that basically did not have any history on him at all. All we knew is that he was from, what state was it? It's in his paperwork. He was from another state, and he had been there for many months because he's front declawed. Whoever had previously owned him only front declawed him. So it kind of like, he didn't really fit into the profile of what many people were looking for a cat. Number one, no medical history. Number two, only front declawed, so he's not fully declawed, so a lot of people didn't like that. They either wanted him fully declawed or not declawed. A lot of people said that they wanted an indoor-outdoor hybrid cat, and he can't be outdoor because he doesn't have front claws. But he's not also a full indoor cat because he, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird that his previous owners did that to him. So basically, when we got him, we were told by the shelter they suspected he could be between anywhere like 2.5 to maybe 3.5, 4 years old. But they had no idea, you know? And that's unfortunate. You know, it sucks when you don't know. Because now, I mean, he's starting... let me put it this way. I can tell that he's not spry and super young anymore. But at the same time, he's not an old cat. You know what I mean? Like, he's still very energetic. He still gets the zoo. He zips all over the house. But at the same time, I've noticed recently, last few months particularly, he can't do as many of the crazy things he used to do. He can't do a running, flying jump from the floor all the way up to like the top of our countertop. Instead, he has to slowly jump from the floor to this other table and then across to the countertop, right? Sometimes he tries to make a jump and he slips. And he never used to do that. He used to be awesome sure-footed no matter what he did. So I could tell he's starting to get a little older, but he's not at the point where it's really massively negatively affecting him yet. But, you know, and it sucks. We don't know his birthday. You know, we don't know that. We don't know anything. So the truth is we don't have like a big celebration because a lot of people have a big birthday celebration for their pets. We don't do that. Instead, we just treat them nicely. We give them treats. We give them toys and stuff whenever. Instead, rather than have like a big day where, because we don't really know the day, which really sucks. So, yeah. All right. Let's do some shout outs. Jade says, just asking you YouTube update yet. What do you mean, Jade? What do you mean? What kind of a YouTube update? I don't know what you mean. Anyway, let's do some shout outs. We start off today with Habib Gaming. How's it going, Habib? It's good to see you. 37 months as a member. Thank you so much for the ongoing support, man. And he says, is Neo 3 worth getting? I mean, the best answer to that question is a simple other question. The answer is, well, how much did you like Neo 1 and 2? Because you know that Neo 3 is going to be more of the same, right? They're not going to recreate the game from the ground up. They're not going to break the mold. They're not, you know what I mean? It's going to be Neo a third time. So if you liked Neo 1 and 2 and you really loved it and you're dying for more, or maybe you were a diehard fan of Souls-likes and you haven't played one recently, then I would say, sure. For me, I've already told you guys, like, I'm just not very interested in Souls-likes anymore. Like, if there's one that's very unique and stands out, that's doing something original, like Another Crab's Treasure or Lies of P, then I'm interested. But I'm just not desperate for content. I don't need to play the next challenging Souls-like and then the next one and the next one. And they're all kind of samey at this point, and they kind of, like, melt into each other. And they're, to be honest, they're just kind of boring. Like, I'm not really excited to play a Souls-like anymore. If it's from software, okay, and they're doing something original or different, and they're adding something to their franchises or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then cool. But I don't really want to play these Souls-likes that are just, hey, we're riding the same formula that everyone's been doing for like 15 years now, and they don't really add much. Like Neo 3, it's not any different at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares about that crap? Especially because, you know, when you play a Souls-like, there's going to be really difficult parts that are going to stress you out, right? You're going to make you tear your hair out of your head. That's the nature of the beast. That's the way they design the games. But if it's not a genuinely good game, who cares, right? I don't care that you made the game hard if the game isn't unique and doesn't stand out and isn't that good. So why am I going to torture myself to play your damn game? And the answer is, I'm not. Like, I played Neo 1 and I thought it was pretty good. I played Neo 2 and I thought it was just okay, and the audience actually didn't like it. So I'm not playing Neo 3 because I just don't give a shit. You know, like, what's the point? What is going on, Game Boy? How you doing today? Good to see you. Okay, so thank you to Habib. Appreciate 37 months as a member. But fuck McAssface has gifted a membership. That is our first membership of the day. So thank you for the early support. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. First super chat of the day has come through from DN Market. $5 super chat. He says, hi, DSP. I love your content. Please keep up the chill content. Love you, King. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. First super chat of the day. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Sweet. And we got our first kicks of the day. Let's do a kicks animation for Joe Hendry Believer, shall we? Here we go. 500 kicks for Joe Hendry Believer. Thank you so much for that. Here we go. And he says, Jasper looks happy. He must believe in Joe Hendry. There you go. Thank you to Joe Hendry Believer. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Actually, thank you. We've got almost no kicks so far this week. And it's already, you know, we're now 3 streaming days in. So I appreciate that. In fact, anyone on Kick today, if you support the stream, I would really appreciate it. Already, we've had a slow week on Kick. Don't ask me why. No clue. Attendance has been fine, but support has definitely been lagging on the Kick side. So anything, a sub, some kicks, you know, all appreciated. Okay? Thank you guys for your support over there. Midnight 5000 has just contributed 5 gifted memberships to the community on the YouTube side of stuff. Thank you so much. Let's go. Thank you so much to Midnight 5000. Still getting used to this new keyboard. I got the keyboard I'm using right now is the best of both worlds. So it is considered a smaller style keyboard, meaning that it's not a full size, but it does actually have a number pad. Because my other keyboards for like a year didn't have a number pad. And when I'm trying to do stuff that I have to type numbers, particularly updating the leaderboard or even like working on my taxes and stuff like that, not having a number pad sucks. I've always had a number pad, but then when I upgraded my equipment a year ago, I bought keyboards that were like the, what are they called, 10 keyless. And then I learned to I don't really like those. For gaming, they're fine, but not for like serious like work. So the new keyboard I got is a hybrid where it is smaller, but actually has the number pad too. But I'm not used to it yet. Like the keys are a little bit of a different size than normal keyboard keys. So I'm kind of adjusting to them right now. And, that's why I make some typos and stuff. But all right, DN Market with another $2 super chat. Thank you so much, DN Market. I appreciate the super chats this morning. Thank you. That gets us to $30 of support nice and early on here. Thank you guys so much. And as you can see, I'm feeling the love from my detractors this morning too, as they endlessly throw me money for some bizarre reason. Thank you. Thanks so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Okay, so today, I don't have too much going on in the realm of like anything serious that I really want to talk about. There was this trend that I wanted to talk about. Here it is. Yeah, there's a topic I may talk about this morning if we run out of topics to discuss. I saw a fascinating article from the New York Times covering the new delivery food culture, meaning that there's an entire generation now that since COVID, all they're doing is ordering food. They like never cook. And some people are spending, I'm not even kidding you, upwards of a third of their income. Think of that. Think like you make $50,000 a year. These people are spending like 20 grand on food because they're just ordering DoorDash constantly. They don't ever cook at home at all. And then they try to justify it and everything. And it's a fascinating article because basically what it's showing you is that we now have a younger generation of people who are like, they were grown up to be thinking that they're victims and that everything is unbeatable. You can't get a house, you can't get an apartment, you can't get a good job, you can't afford anything. But then when you analyze their behaviors, they've been trained in a way that they can't ever, you know what I'm saying? Like they're irresponsible with their money. They're like, well, why don't you have any money? Well, because I blow it all on DoorDash. Well, why are you ordering DoorDash? But anyway, it's a good article. And of course, when I was reading it, the first thing that came to mind was Rings of Redemption. Because when I had him on my show back in October, he outright admitted right there in front of everyone in the public interview, yeah, I literally DoorDash every meal. Like every single meal that I order is delivered. And it was like, what? Like, are you insane? Like, that's crazy. You don't cook it all? And he's like, no, we don't cook it all. We just order all of our food. It's all fast food delivery stuff. I'm like, what the hell? So anyway, we may or may not talk about that today. I have the article. Well, I have the article and I have a whole bunch of people who commented on it here. So we'll see if that's something we want to talk about on the morning show today as a possible topic. We don't have to. I'm just saying I want to bring it up there because I was reading all the article and the responses this morning and I was like, holy crap. High angry metal. I'm thumbs downing this one. High angry metal. I don't like angry metal. Do I ever play Wordle? I don't even know what Wordle is. So I guess no. Unless it's inadvertent. Maybe I've inadvertently played it not knowing what it was, but I don't know I've never heard of Wordle. Jade is asking, can I play with Blanca soon? Well, let's think about this logically, okay? I'm going to be doing a major stream of Street Fighter again on Wednesday. And that's going to be Sagat. Now, after a little bit of practice, I am going to take him into his ranked placements and see how we do with ranked with Sagat. Okay? That's Wednesday's stream. After that, we're not playing Street Fighter again this week, unless people ask for it like on Friday during the marathon, which could happen. But then next week, when we get back to like a normal streaming week of 6 days, I'll probably play it a couple of times. And the two characters who I want to use next after Sagat are Dalzim and Blanca. Why? Because I've only used them once since I returned to the game. And it was only for like an hour each. I definitely didn't even adjust to the point where I learned how to really use them in the modern meta. I just kind of did what I knew and didn't really see anything, anything crazy or new or changes. So they're probably the next two that I'll use. And then after that, I have no idea what we're doing. So we'll see. I have not heard Megadeth's new album. I have not heard a Megadeth album since the 2000s. Seriously. Someone tipped $1.97. Don't ask me why such a weird amount. Saying, I DoorDash a couple times a week. Do you think it's fine to occasionally DoorDash meals? What about DoorDashing stuff like eggs and toast? My friends give me a hard time and say I'm wasting money, but I earn good thoughts. First of all, if you're going to send a tip like that and ask a question, try to ask one formulated question. Dude, you asked me like 3 different things rapid fire. Here's my thoughts on food delivery, not just DoorDash, but food delivery, okay? First off, no, I don't think that anyone should be DoorDashing or food delivery on every meal. It's too expensive. I can tell you firsthand as someone who usually around once a week gets food for DSP Tries It for the show, and about once a week orders on my day off so that my wife and I aren't cooking every other day, because we cook every meal except on the days when I have off. We'll usually order one meal, and then if I do DSP Tries It that day, I'll also order a meal. If I didn't do DSP Tries It at all, we'd only be ordering at most once a week for the day off. And then when we go out on our day off, we don't order. We actually eat at a restaurant. So it's not super often or anything like that. Although admittedly, it may even be more often than the average person. I don't know how much people are really ordering in. Okay, here's what I can tell you. It's way more expensive because number one, just the base cost of any food you order is marked up. So for example, today, we're going to be ordering Shake Shack for DSP Tries It. And I'm going to do a burger, the chicken bites, and a shake, right? Every single one of these is marked up a significant amount. Like the burger is like $13 and change. I guarantee you if you get it at the store, it's like $10. So they're marking it up multiple dollars. That's probably what, like a fourth of the cost of the item? That's huge. Like 25% markup just on each individual item. Then, depending on if you're part of the subscription program or not, they're going to charge you fees on top of the markup for the delivery service, okay? That fee actually is based on the amount in your cart. So the more you order, the more you pay. I want you to think about that too. Oh, I decided to order a feast for my family. Oh, I spent like $70. Oh, now there's a $15, $20 fee on top of that. For what? What extra service are you providing to me because I ordered more food? Zero, nothing. But they charge more anyway because they just do, okay? Then on top of that, there's a driver. And the driver has to deliver your food, and you actually have to tip the driver. So there's a markup on everything you're buying. Then there's another fee that makes no sense whatsoever, and then there's the tip. So if you were to actually go to the store and buy the food, for example, today, if I were to drive all the way to Shake Shack, which is pretty far away from me, and buy the burger and the bites and the shake, probably I would guess I'd probably get them all for under $20. But because I'm going to order them delivery today because I'll be streaming and I need it delivered so I don't have to stop the stream and go drive half an hour and drive half an hour back, I'm probably, no exaggeration, going to end up paying $20 extra. So I'm going to pay almost double to get this food delivered to me today for the DSP Tries It show. Okay? So this is really crazy that people are doing it regularly. Someone who said, I don't cook, I just order. Are you insane? Are you actually fucking crazy? There's literally no justification for doing that besides the convenience of having the meal made for you and the fact that you're too lazy to make your own food. Now, I get it. You might argue, well, Phil, you're ordering Shake Shack today. You can't make Shake Shack at home. Fair enough, you're right. I couldn't make the Korean barbecue menu from Shake Shack at home. I have to get it from the store. It's something unique, right? But if you're ordering every single meal delivered, likely you're ordering more commonplace things than just the Shake Shack special menu like I'm doing today for DSP Tries It. And in addition, let's be honest, most meals that you would order for delivery are unhealthy, okay? Not to say that there aren't healthy options. There aren't like vegan restaurants or vegetarian places, or you can get like a salad, or they do have heart-healthy menus, smart menus at restaurants where you can get like chicken breast or, lighter options with less oil and less grease and less cheese and less fat. I get that, right? But that's not common. That's the exception to the rule. Oh, and by the way, the healthier options are even more expensive to order from a restaurant. Optimally, what you want to do is have a rotation of meals that you can make at home that are easy to make, but are flavorful and healthy for you. And if you are someone who lives alone, that you can make in batches, right? You can make a big amount of it, and then you can portion that out so you're not cooking every single day. Some days you can take a break from the cooking because you made enough for multiple meals, okay? That's the ideal way to do it. Now, not everyone can do that. Personally, when I was a bachelor and I was single and I was a YouTuber, I found it actually pretty frustrating because, number one, there was no delivery services back then. So I had to drive to the restaurants to get the food. And I looked into cooking and I tried cooking, and it was too time consuming. It was actually too much of a mess to have to clean up the kitchen every day after cooking just for me. It just wasn't worth it. So yeah, I found myself driving to local fast food places almost daily in order to eat when I was a YouTuber back in those early days, like 10, 15 years ago, okay? Today, I'm happily married, right? My wife is a great cook. She's found very healthy meals to make for us. We have a variety of them that we can variate between, and it's worked out. I mean, you could tell just from the weight loss and how much more healthy I am. So that's the ideal, but not everyone has the ideal situation. You know what I mean? I'm okay. Like, for example, if you're someone who maybe once or twice a week, you don't have the means to keep making meals every day. You don't have the time. You just need something fast. I get it. Ordering the food once or twice a week, that makes sense to me. But literally ordering every meal that you eat delivery, number one, you are blowing insane amounts of money. Like I just said, you're paying almost double for every meal. That's nuts that anyone would think in a rational mindset, that's what I should be doing, pay double for my food. Quite frankly, it's laziness and it's convenience that it's just installed convenience. And what I mean by that is people have gotten to the point where they just think it's commonplace. They've normalized not putting effort into anything and getting instant gratification. But that's not how life works. In life, you need to work hard to earn something good. So if you want to be healthy and you want to be happy, you got to work for it. It doesn't just get handed to you. So you have to learn how to cook. You have to learn how to go shop properly, buy the healthy ingredients, make the batched meals so you're not cooking every day. You know what I'm saying? But people just want instant everything. I don't want any effort. I just want it now. And I want it immediately. So I'll just pay out the ass for it. And these people are eating these meals every day and they're becoming incredibly unhealthy. By the way, my camera is moving. I think I hit the tripod. I'm going to have to fix that in a second. I noticed the camera just moved. But yeah, these people are becoming incredibly unhealthy. They're sitting around every single meal eating this crazy stuff that never should they have been eating to begin with, right? This is not even stuff that's good for their bodies. Yet they're putting it into their bodies every meal. And then they're paying double for it. And that's America. Like, I mean, it's funny because my wife brings this up all the time. One of my wife's favorite animated movies of all time is Wall-E. Did you ever see the movie? So the premise of Wall-E is that Wall-E is a robot that wakes up in a post-apocalyptic future, but it doesn't know what its purpose is. It's like confused. And so it starts to search around for what am I here for? You know, what am I, you know, and as it searches the environment, okay, what it finds is that all humans have become completely lazy, fat blobs. Not kidding. That's the plot of the movie. They sit there in a chair and the chair just does everything for them. It bathes them. It feeds them. It brushes their teeth. It commands everything around them. Like basically the human body doesn't even do anything anymore. The brain just kind of controls everything remotely and you don't have to do anything with any effort whatsoever. That's your life. But what's happened is because everything became automated and easy, the entire world ended. Like no one could actually do anything. So everything fell apart and now we're in an apocalypse, right? And it's funny because I don't think the movie was meant to be prophetic in any way. But here we are in 2026, and look what we've got going on around us, right? We've got people who are spending 1/3 or more of their income on Doordash delivery food every day because they don't want to be bothered to learn how to cook, right? We've got cars that are starting to self-drive, so you won't even know how to get yourself around anymore. And we got AI that's doing important things for us that we should know how to do for ourselves, now doing all these tasks. Like, did you not fucking see Wall-E? Like, hey, I got an idea. Why don't we find dinosaur DNA and start mass cloning dinosaurs and just throw them into the streets and see what happens? Anyway, yeah, pretty messed up. And no Pavlov's dogma, you retard. I'm not describing myself in any way, shape, or form. I eat healthy. I work out. I literally just explained how at most, I order delivery twice a week. Usually it's once a week, if that, because sometimes I go out and eat with my wife. On our days off, we don't order the food. You're a retard. But thanks for the super chat, retard. So anyway, that was just a fascinating article, because like I said, I'm reading this article, and I'm starting to read everyone's responses, right? Here, you want to see some of them? Because I'll show you what I'm talking about, okay? So I'm starting to read some of the responses that were coming in from people, okay? Zoomers and millennials, okay? Crying about downsides of delivery while still ordering delivery reeks of celebs lecturing about stolen land while they live on stolen land. I'm trying to find... There was a good comment. All right. I can't find it now, though, because this is the problem with X. That actually frustrates me. So what happens is when you use X, they'll have trends here, and you'll click on a trend, and you'll read through all the stuff. You'll be like, oh, this is great. And then all of a sudden, you go back to it later, it's gone. Where the fuck is the trend? It deleted itself. And there's no way to get the trend back. You'll search for it. You won't find it. It's just very frustrating the way X works, because this is all automated bullshit. And it's all AI run. Again, another thing, AI running everything for us, right? How about I just fucking get the thing to show up? See, you can't. Stuart says bookmark it next time. You can't bookmark trends. When you click on them, all it does is it shows the AI summary and it shows all the articles. But the one article that, or the one comment that someone had made, okay, which was the one that I actually wanted to use, but it's not there anymore. Who knows, you know, was what's happened is now we have a generation of people, younger people, who, to them, this kind of behavior is normalized. They never grew up in a situation where they had to work for everything. That stuff was hard to get, and they had to struggle. So to them, it's normalized to spend a third of your income for food delivery. They're like, what are you talking about? That's correct. That's fine. That's what it is. But that's why we're upset that food cost is going up. It's like, yeah, but if food cost is going up, then you're supposed to find ways to cut corners and save money, not just sit around complaining that the cost of food went up. So instead of ordering the food, start making your own meals. Oh, no. No. What are you talking about? That's how I live, and I'm justified. I should be able to, because, well, number one, aren't you aware that I'm employing someone? Someone has a job because of me, because I'm ordering all of my food. I always tip well, right? So that's fine. You know, that's good. And my palate has been expanded. I have cultural respect for everyone now because I've had their cuisines, and I like their cuisines now. Like, they'll justify the bad behavior, even though it's obviously apparent that the bad behavior is self-created. But they grew up like this. So to them, this is normal stuff. You know, it's like, that's crazy to me that there's an entire generation of people who, like, don't understand how to survive for yourself because everything's become so automated that now you just, you know what I mean? Like, you just pay for everything. Like, well, I eternally have no money, but it's because I'm constantly dumping all of my money on this nonsense. I'm paying double for every meal because I'm too lazy to learn how to make my own at home. Even though it's easy to do, it just takes a little bit of effort and research. And stop being so goddamn lazy. Thank you to Lance Catamaran for a subscription over on Kick. That's our first legit one of the day. Not to say that my trolls don't gift subs. They do because they're stupid, but I don't shout those out. And again, for the record, I just want you to understand, I am not criticizing anyone who uses these services, within reason or moderation. That's not what that New York Times article is about. That's about people who literally have created an automated life, and then they complain that they don't have money. But then when they analyze their financials, it's like, yeah, but you're spending a third of your income for food delivery. Like, what are you talking about? Well, I mean, that's true too. This person says they don't have money because they don't have real careers. That's sad to say. That's just a big thing happening in the United States right now, is most of the career jobs are gone. Most of the career jobs have left. They've gone to other countries, or they've almost become like this elitist group of people get them, and they just stay within that group. Most normal Americans struggle to get a job that you could even call a career. Sorry, working 2 to 3 fast food jobs and juggling them isn't a career. Sorry, working at a retail job where you're expendable and they cut your hours and you don't even work enough to get health care, that's not a career. These are supposed to be jobs that a kid has as like a starter job to get you started in life and to prepare you for your real career. The problem is the careers are gone. They don't exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just not there. So if there's no careers, how are people ever supposed to actually have a real life? That is true in the United States. I will say that. If the jobs were better, if the way the country was being run was bringing in more business where people could actually have better quality jobs, right? Then it wouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, if you're actually making really good money, then who cares what you're spending for food delivery? But that's the problem, is these people are playing, one of the people in the article, the New York Times article, they're like data entry, and they made $50,000 a year, and then they looked at their income. They spent like $15,000 a year on food delivery. That's just insane. Seriously, that's wildly insane. There's no job shortage, says someone. Okay, here's the truth. There is no job shortage. The jobs are just jobs that no one would ever want, nor would you have a career or make a living doing. Again, right now, if you look out at the vast majority of jobs that are posting actively for the job market, you're going to find two things. The ones that are real, okay, are service industry, fast food, disposable hourly jobs. That's the vast majority of jobs that you can find job postings for in the United States right now, okay? The other ones don't exist. I'm not kidding. What these companies have now done is they actively have AI posting up job openings when they don't have job openings. What this then does, it makes people think the illusion that everyone's hiring, and then they all apply for these jobs, but no one's hiring. What they then do is they take your information and they put it into this giant pool of applicants, okay? And this pool just sits there, untouched for ages, until finally, oh, look, someone actually left, or maybe we fired someone, and we actually do need someone for one of these good jobs. Well, now you have literally a pool of hundreds of applicants who've applied for the last 6 months to a year, and now you just start calling people out of there to see if anyone still wants the job, and you have a ridiculous amount of applicants to go from. That's actually how this is all working now in the United States. The job postings that you see out there for the, office job, career job, they don't exist. The jobs aren't real. You have to wait and hopefully get a call back like a year fucking later if you applied. If they deem that you're even qualified enough for the job, who knows? It's insane. That's how things are run now in the United States. My wife a few years ago, okay? She was applying for different jobs, okay? And she, to this day, gets calls from places she applied to 3 years ago. They'll call her out of the blue. Hi, we saw that you applied. If you're interested, please call us back. We'd like to schedule an interview. I applied in 2022. What the fuck is this? Are you crazy? That's how it runs now. Jim Chart, thanks for $5. I appreciate that. I'm not going to read your toxic comment, but I appreciate the $5. Thanks a lot. Oh, I know a lot more than you think I do. The thing is, I just, I don't talk about this stuff unless something comes up, and we just happen to have an open warning show with nothing going on. So we start, random topic, right? But I know a hell of a lot about a lot of things, a lot of topics. I just got notification. I may be getting something really early. I wonder if this is true. Let me click on this. So recently I ordered 2 things from Nintendo. One thing that I ordered was, as you know, I already told you guys, the Virtual Boy. And for those who don't know, the Virtual Boy has completely sold out. It is completely sold out. You cannot buy one now because you can only buy them through Club Nintendo if you were a Nintendo subscriber to their online service. And they completely sold through, 100%. So this is actually a very hot item right now. This Virtual Boy that you plug your Switch or Switch 2 into to play Virtual Boy games, and then you can do video out and you can capture and stream it and everything. It's completely sold out everywhere. Like, you can't buy it anywhere but Nintendo, and it's done. I get the feeling there's going to be a scalping market for this thing. But I also ordered something else, and I'm just curious. Yeah, I think I just got notification from Nintendo that they are shipping something. It's got to be the Virtual Boy, because there's something else that I ordered from them too, but that's not coming for a while. So this is crazy. Like, it's coming now. It's actually stating it's coming this week. It's on the games don't come out till the 17th, but apparently it's coming this week. So that's cool. It means that we'll be able to unbox it and check it out. I won't be able to play anything on it yet until the games actually release on the Switch 2, but that's kind of neat that I'll be able to unbox it live and show you guys the Virtual Boy. Neat. We'll see. I guess we'll see. I'll let you guys know if I get an update, because they just sent me something saying that it's coming tomorrow. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. Like for example, I had something coming via FedEx that was supposed to come like last week, and it's not coming till like tomorrow. So they always say that they'll send you that early notice. Oh, it's coming tomorrow. And then, oh, we're delaying it till when it's really coming. But we'll see. I'll let you know. If this is the Virtual Boy, that's really cool. That I'm getting it this early. I'll be able to unbox it and show it to you guys. Some moron in Kick Chat says, oh, look, a total 180 on wasting money. Wasting money? You mean me buying something that's going to be content for the streams that I'm going to unbox and show you, that we're going to play multiple games on and make streams of for my business? That's wasting money? No, you're a fucking idiot. Jade, the AK in Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is not good. I've tried it before. It's a garbage gun. It really is just so inferior to other guns. I don't think we're using the AK today, to be honest with you. I don't know what we're using, but I've tried it. It's just crap. Yes, I'm playing Resident Evil 9 for sure. Jim Char, thanks for another $2. Another toxic comment too, so I could ignore it and receive $2 more. Thank you. Thank you so much. I also get to hear nice harp playing too. Can we watch the Tekken 8 Season 3 trailer? No, we can't. I have zero interest in that. I haven't played Tekken 8 since, 2 years now? I have no desire to watch the Season 3 trailer. Jade support has been good. Yesterday was actually a great day for support overall. Both streams did very well, so no worries there. Clay JT says, you try playing a Call of Duty game with the controller and see the difference in how it feels? I don't really want to, though. Like, even if it is better, I want to play keyboard and mouse. Like, that's the whole point of having a PC setup, is that you want to play it in the way the game was designed and intended to be played, not what a bunch of fucking no-load, idiot aim assist users do. I don't want aim assist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually want to play and earn my kills and stuff. I don't want to have the game give them to me. It feels weird because I swear to God, sometimes sniping, even on keyboard and mouse, I swear I didn't hit the enemy and it says you killed them. And I'm like, how? I swear I missed. I don't know. It could just be that the hit detection is terrible in this one. I think it is. Where are you, Jasper? I heard the jingle jangle, but I don't see you. I heard Jasper. Oh, here he is. He's in the middle of the floor. He's cleaning. What was the last truly good Call of Duty game? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I have to think about that. What I'd have to do is go through the history of the last several years and see which one I liked more. But honestly, off the top of my head, I can't answer that. I don't remember. Well, thank you guys for the early support. We'll hang out for just a few more minutes here, but then we're going to get set up and start playing Call of Duty. But I appreciate the early support a lot. To those who have contributed, thank you so much. No, I did not hear that there's controversy pertaining to the new Tomodachi Life game. What happened, Dave? Tell me. I didn't hear this. What's going on with this? Vanguard? No, Vanguard was the one I skipped. That was actually legit so bad. I played the beta one stream, and the game was literally unfinished. The game was fucked up. The graphics were glitching and shit. And I'm like, this game comes out in a month, and the beta is running like this? Like, how can they even think to sell this thing? So I literally skipped it that year. That was just not worth anyone's time. So people are mad the game will have gay relationships that has non-binary as a gender option. I don't care. Like, okay, here's the truth. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I think everyone has a right to be happy, right? I don't care what you identify as, personally. I just don't care. I don't care if you're straight or gay. I don't care if you're bi. I don't care if you're male, female, if you think you're a combination of the two, if you're transitioning. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I think everyone has a right to be happy, okay? But in that case, don't force stuff down other people's throats. You understand what I'm saying? So you could be whatever you want and identify however you want. Just don't bother other people around you, right? It's that simple. So I don't care that the options are in the game, but if there's a whole segment of the game where you're forcefully discussing it, that's going to annoy me. You see what I'm saying? So in, for example, Dragon Age Veilguard, I don't care that there was a trans character in the game. No one gives a shit. But the fact that they actually put a segment in the game about how that person was misgendered, and then you had to apologize and pull a barf and do push-ups to apologize for misgendering them, that fucking is stupid. You understand? That's the difference. So I don't care that there's non-binary genders and things in Tomodachi Life. Let them be in there. Who cares? I don't have to use them. I could choose to use them or not use them as I feel appropriate. That's the beauty of life, is choice, right? So everyone go ahead and be happy. Just stop shoving shit down other people's throats that maybe they don't want to do or don't want to discuss or don't want to be involved in, because they have the right to decide that or not for themselves, right? Do they not? So there you go. That's my opinion. So if really the controversy around it just is in the game, I think that's stupid. I don't think that's a big deal at all. In life, more is better than less. So better to have more options than less. No? You don't have to use those options. You could choose to ignore them if you want nothing to do with them. But I don't see the problem with them just existing, right? I don't. To each their own. Can we see Jasper Kitty? I already brought him on camera. He's over there on the floor right now. I can't get to him. But I already brought him on camera at the beginning of the show. If you want to rewind to the beginning of the show, he was on camera for a few minutes. Am I going to get WWE this year? No. I haven't gotten WWE 2K in how many years? I'm not just going to get it now. Particularly, I'm not watching wrestling. I just don't care. If I were watching it last year and didn't get the game, I'm probably not getting it this year either. Would I ever play a hentai game as a Kick exclusive? No. Isn't that game for kids Tomodachi Life? No, it's not. Tomodachi Life actually has a lot of adult references and adult content, honestly. Like, a kid can play it, but I feel like if a kid's playing it, they should be supervised. Because there's stuff in there that you could put in there that could be pretty adult-oriented, to be honest. Yeah, Jasper's doing like a full body cleaning over there. Very elaborate. Someone just tipped $2 and said it's the same thing we just talked about. They said, do you think it's okay for a game marketed towards kids to have a non-binary option? It is reported Tomodachi Life will have a segment exploring the non-binary gender. Thoughts? It's not marketed. It's not a kids game. It's for everyone. Like, kids can play it, but like I said, I do feel like they should be supervised if they play it. But adults can play it too. I know because I played the last one that was on 3DS, and it very much had stuff in there that's for adults too. So it should be supervision, in my opinion. If it's like E for everyone or like for kids, I guess there's a rating for kids. I disagree with that. I don't think that it should be rated that. If there's an entire segment that forces you to explore transgenderism, yeah, I have a problem with that. I don't mind the option being in there. I mind the option being forcefully into the gameplay. What are the Seattle Seahawks colors? Blue and green. I know because it's all over my state. Everywhere you go is blue and green, particularly now because the Super Bowl is a week away and everyone's going crazy. Oh no, this is not Super Bowl colors today. This is like a Matrix crawl color. Remember on the Matrix, like the crawl of green. Call of Duty used to be associated with that color scheme, and then they changed over the years, and they're not anymore. But for variety's sake, I brought this on today, so that's what the color scheme is. No, we will have Seahawks colors later this week on my Friday marathon. No, I said red and blue the other day because I'm stupid. My mouth said one thing while my brain was thinking another. That happens. You'll find that as you get older, sadly, you have those slips of tongue where you say the wrong thing. When you mean to say one thing, you say completely a different thing. Like, damn, I'm getting old. Oh, I will be streaming on Super Bowl Sunday, but I'm not streaming Super Bowl content. My marathon is Friday, and Friday I'll be wearing American football jerseys. We're going to have Seahawks colors. There's going to be some food, American-style food, like to celebrate, but it is not going to be like actual Super Bowl themed, and I will be streaming Super Bowl Sunday, but it'll just be a normal day. Captain DCW says he's a Broncos fan. He's upset they lost the AFC Championship. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. No, I never went to a Seahawks game. I haven't been to any sports event since I lived here. No. Could I do a live score tracker on my stream that day? I don't know. I think what I'll do that day, I won't do any major narrative-based stuff. Like, I'll just do, like, some multiplayer stuff. That way, if someone can't attend, it's fine. It's not like you're missing out on a big advancement in an RPG or big advancement in Hollow Knight. Instead, I'll probably do, like, Street Fighter or maybe a Call of Duty stream that day. That way, it's not a big deal. And by the time that I do my late stream, the Super Bowl will probably be over, right? Or ending. DJ Trump says, I'd rather spend my money on my favorite streamers than go to a sports ball game. Oh, cool. So who are you going to spend your money on? Not me, I know. But who will you spend your money on? Who's your favorite streamer? Will I review Super Bowl ads? No. Wings? Oh, he's going to go drop his money on wings. Got it. There you go. Dave says, when I used to travel for fighting games, what states did I like and what states did I not like traveling to? It's not like I particularly dislike the state, but there were certain states that stood out. For example, Texas. When I went to Texas, those are some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Like, these are people who I didn't really know, and they were, like, really welcoming. They were, like, helping me out to find, to get me around, because I didn't have a car when I was there, and very accommodating, very nice people. Even though it's like, I've only talked to you online a few times, and then they were, like, so happy to have you as, like, a guest. I'm like, wow, that's nice to have, like, that kind of feeling of welcome, and people are just happy to have you there for their event or whatever. Because I've been to events where it's the opposite, where people just treat you like dirt. It's like, what the fuck did I come for? I spent all this money to travel to your event, and then your event is a piece of shit, and you treat me like garbage, right? While Texas was always the opposite. They were some of the nicest people I ever met. Let's see. I was trying to think particularly if there's anything that stood out anywhere. Like, did I ever have a really bad experience? Well, let me put it this way. I did, but I don't think it had to do with the location. It just had to do with the particular people running said event. And that's sad, because what happens is you travel to a place, and if you go to an event that's bad, now you have a negative association in your mind. And the negative association is of the place rather than the event. And I don't think that's fair. Do I think that the PS3 era was the best era for gaming and streaming? Well, when you say PS3 era, I was more heavily into Xbox 360. I was a 360 guy who played almost every game on 360 that was available there. I liked Xbox Live better than PlayStation Network. The voice chats, the way that you could send messages, easily party up. I liked the controller on the Xbox 360 better than the PlayStation 3. I would argue the only thing is that some of the exclusives for PlayStation 3 were great, and some of the games had some really nice graphics that were the first party games. I'll agree there, but outside of that, I always liked Xbox 360 more. Now, was that the best era of gaming? All I'll say is that was an era where game developers really had to stand out, and boy, did they. Like, you could think of so many original IPs and series and even genres of games that were almost invented during that time period. While today, the vast majority of games that come out fit into an already pre-existing mold or category, right? This is just another extraction shooter. This is just another survival horror game. This is just another Souls-like. Back then, games were innovative, like, all the time, So I miss those days. I do. I miss those days where you can rely on a AAA studio to make a great game that would always be good, and you could trust that it was going to be a banger, as they say, that would, you know, be worth the money and get a lot of play from you, like get a lot of play time out of every game that you played back then. You know what I'm saying? And I miss the innovation. I miss that I would play a game and it would be so different and so stand out. You know, I do a playthrough of a game. I didn't even know what it was going to be. Oh my God, groundbreaking. Next playthrough, different kind of game, completely groundbreaking again. And in 1 year, you get 10 to 20 amazing games that blew you away. Let me put it in perspective. During the Xbox 360, PS5, Wii era, okay, I had a really hard time narrowing down games for my Game of the Year awards. Because sometimes I had upwards of 20 to 30 awesome games that I wanted to talk about, and it was really hard to narrow it down to the best. This last year, 2025, I could only think of 8 good games. There's your difference right there. There's just not enough games today that are original enough to stand out that anyone would care. You know what I'm saying? It's a sad fact. And most of the games that are good are indie games. So it's definitely different in the modern era. Oh yeah, Dante, there's tons of games coming out this month that are looking pretty promising. This is where we'll end our show, by the way, because I know people want Call of Duty now. For example, what the hell just happened? I'm trying to open... Where the hell... What the fuck? Is this it? There it is. I was like, where did it go? So coming up this week, we got Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. Next week, we got Crizzle, which is this good-looking, like, first-person survival horror game with action elements. I don't know about Romeo is a Dead Man. It may or may not be good. I'm not sure. There's Mario Tennis. Yakuza 3 Kiwami could be all right. Obviously, playing all the Virtual Boy stuff is going to be pretty fun. Okay, and I'm going to actually have that Virtual Boy to play them on, which is neat. There's, I don't remember what this Styx Blades of Greed game was, but a lot of people said that was going to be good, so I put that there. Of course, Resident Evil Requiem is the absolute big one for this month that everyone's going to want to play and see, right? So definitely Resident Evil's the big boy. But I've also heard there's more games coming out in between all of that. That may be pretty interesting. But I just, you know, we'll see. We'll tackle them as they come out. I'll jump on and try new games. Thank you to Tony Tone for $5. Says, Phil, you're the man. Keep rocking, bro. Thank you, Tony Tone. I appreciate the early support, guys. $49 already on the stream. And we're now about to get set up for some Call of Duty action. Hopefully you guys will stick around for that and have a good time. All right, should be good, right? All right, well, thank you for watching the DSP Morning Show. Good variety of topics today, right? We talked about people, you know, Doordash and food too much. We talked about the state of employment in the United States. We talked about all kinds of stuff. Good stuff, though. So, thank you guys. All right. Now, when is the next DSP Morning Show? Tomorrow I have scheduled a podcast, which would be a longer version of this show, okay? We'll see what happens. Right now, what I'm trying to find is like set topics and important things I want to talk about. We'll see, because what I think I want to do is I want to do an unboxing of the Virtual Boy, but I don't know when it's coming. If the Virtual Boy shows up, maybe we'll do that. So I'll let you know when I have an update on all this stuff. So tomorrow there may be a morning show, or we may actually do a podcast, depending on if we have enough content for one, okay? All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you soon, and peace out.